Good evening. The country came face to face with the anguish of the Southport knife attack today as the photos and names of its 3 young victims were released. Bebe King, Elsie Stancombe and Alice Aguiar were aged just 6, 7 and 9, their lives taken as they danced at a Taylor Swift-themed holiday club. Today, the musician spoke for the first time, saying she was at a complete loss for words. That same shock was reflected right across the town of Southport, where thousands joined a silent vigil this evening. But there has also been anger. Tonight, there have been violent clashes between protesters and police near the scene of the attack. It is a distressing end to a day filled with emotion in a community where the vast majority of residents have simply been trying to process how such innocent lives could have been taken with such violence.
9-year-old Alice Dasilva Aguiar, 6-year-old Bebe King and 7-year-old Elsie Dot Stancombe. 3 girls whose parents yesterday dropped them off at a holiday club and today released statements in their memory. Alice's family said, "Keep smiling and dancing like you love to do, our princess. Love from your hero, daddy and mummy." Bebe King's family said, "No words can describe the devastation that has hit our family as we try to deal with the loss of our little girl, Bebe." And Elsie's head teacher said she was a kind and caring friend to all who met her and was adored by everyone in our community. Throughout the day, they were remembered by people they'd never met. Generations brought together in sorrow and anger at an attack which has hit too close to home.
It's the same room like my son played for hours in. People want more answers. People want to know what's going on. People aren't happy.
I had to take them out the club myself this summer because I don't feel like it's safe anymore.
The girls had been dancing to Taylor Swift when the attacker forced his way in. Today, she paid her own tribute, posting, "The horror of yesterday's attack is washing over me continuously, and I'm just completely in shock. I'm at a complete loss for how to ever convey my sympathies to these families." Close to where they'd been confronted with such horror, the emergency services were among those adding to a wall of flowers.
Thank you for the gifts to go.
Visiting them this afternoon, the Prime Minister said their actions had undoubtedly saved children's lives and said his thoughts were with the victims' families.
I'm a father and I cannot imagine what they are going through. But I also wanted to come here as quickly as possible to say a personal thank you face to face to all of you.
But later, after laying a wreath at the police cordon...
When are you going to change for our children? Our children are dying here because of you.
He was heckled, a measure of the discontent that was brewing here.
Is that it? Is that the time you've got for us?
Meanwhile, the police investigation continued, including at a house where a masked individual was filmed in footage obtained by ITV News, pacing around shortly before the attack. A 17-year-old boy remains in custody. In this place where emotions are so raw, most people's thoughts are with the families of the 3 girls who were killed and the 5 still critically ill in hospital. Ben Chapman, News at 10, Southport.